Okay, so here are some indices exam questions that I want to walk you through with them. So we have 4 questions on this list, and I'll solve them systematically for you to see how to go about each one of them. So let me move the questions to the side so we can start. Okay, so let's just type solution here and let me structure it well. Okay, so the first question is 64 over 125 into bracket all raised to an exponent of negative 1 over 3. So let's write it on the board. Negative 1 over 3 as the exponent. Yes, so with this question, what we are going to do is, there is this negative here. We will change it to positive, and there is a way to do that. That's the reciprocation. I'll reciprocate it. Bring the 125 to the top. Bring the 64 to the denominator so that the sign will change. Okay, now we have 125, which is equal to 5 raised to an exponent of 3. That is to say, 5 times 5 times 5, that is 5, multiplying itself 3 times. And 64, which is 4 to an exponent of 3 as well. 4 times 4 times 4, or 4 multiplying itself 3 times. So that's what we have here. So I'm just going to express it by these two. Now 125 is 5 raised to an exponent of 3. So we put that one there. All over 4 raised to an exponent of 3 with our big exponent outside, which is 1 over 3. We are going to express it this way. It is multiplying the bracket. So we have 5 raised to an exponent of 3 times 1 over 3 all over 4 raised to an exponent of 3 times 1 over 3. As you can see, there are common factors which can cancel out. So I've cancelled the 3's out. Now it's left with 5 over 4. 5 over 4 is the same as one whole number, 1 over 4. Yes. So that's 1.25, I guess. If you want to go the decimal way, you can check on your calculators for that as well. Okay, so that's it for the first question. We'll go ahead and start with the second question. So let me clear the board. Okay. So now the second question says 8, let me write it, 8 raised to an exponent of x minus 1 is equal to 16. Now we have two numbers here, 8 and 16. These two numbers can be represented in an exponential format as we did earlier in the previous question. 8 is equal to 2 raised to an exponent of 3, while 16 is equal to 2 raised to an exponent of 4. So with these two, what we can do is represent it with what is there, 2 multiplying itself 3 times, and that of 16 multiplying itself 4 times, respectively. Now, so to the top, we are going to replace it, 2 raised to an exponent of 3 times what was already there, x minus 1, equal to 2 raised to an exponent of 4. That stays how it is. Now there is a rule in indices which says when the bases are the same, we will equate the exponents. Now we have bases to be the same, so we are going to move ahead and equate the exponent. The exponent, which I've underlined with red, is 3 times x minus 1 equals 4. Now we will expand this bracket. We will get 3x minus 3 equals to 4. Now we move the negative 3 to the other side of the equation, and that will change it automatically to a positive number. Now we have 3x equals to 7. Okay, so we divide it by 3 on both sides, and now we have x is equal to 7 over 3. Okay, that's the same as 2 whole number 1 over 3. Yes, you can also check on that one on your calculator if you want to confirm. Okay, so now that's how to solve this question as well. So let me clear and we tackle the rest of the questions. That is the third and the fourth one. So for the third question, we have x raised to an exponent of 2 over 3 equals to 9. So let me write it here. 2 over 3 equal to 9. Yes, so with this question, it's a bit tricky, so let's pay attention. So x raised to an exponent of 2 over 3. We will also multiply it with the reciprocal of 2 over 3, that is 3 over 2. Then we do same for the other side of the equation. Then now we can cancel out and it will be left with only x. Okay, 9 raised to an exponent of 3 over 2. Now this right here simply means that square root of 9 raised to an exponent of 3. So let me write it here for you to see what I'm talking about. So now with this, the root gives us a positive or negative answer. So plus or minus root of 9 or raised to an exponent of 3. So what you are going to get will be root of 9, which is 3. So x will be equal to 3 raised to an exponent of 3. Because it's plus or minus, we are going to get x equal to plus or minus 27 as our answer. Okay, so that is for the third question. I think I'll go further to explain to you how we got that answer. So since we have x raised to an exponent of 2 over 3 equal to 9, we want to find x and see whether it is true. So 27 raised to an exponent of 2 over 3. Since we said x is 27, we want to get an answer which will be equal to 9. And we expressed 9 raised to an exponent of 2 over 3 as this. Now, that of 27 will be expressed as this. Now, the cube root of 27 is simply 3. So that is to say 3 raised to an exponent of 2, which will give us 9. which makes this equation and the answers we got perfectly correct, because x raised to an exponent of 2 over 3 is definitely equal to 9 when x is equal to 27. So that's it. The last question is 5 raised to an exponent of 2 times, this sign means times, 1 over 5. So that's the dot product. You will learn it in other videos. Okay, so we have 5 squared, which is 25. So we write it there as 25 times 1 over 5. 5 and 25 have common factors, so which means they can cancel out because of the multiplication. Now we get 5 times 1. So basically, our final answer is equal to 5. That is it for this question. As simple as that. Okay, so that is it for all the questions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video so your friend also gets to understand simple and basic questions like this. Bye.